FRP Holdings is a holding company primarily involved in various real estate businesses. They have many business segments, primarily leasing and management of their commercial properties, leasing and management of mining royalty land, real property acquisition, entitlement, development, and construction, primarily for their apartments, retail, warehouses, and office buildings that they own. This is through joint ventures and ownerships. Their leasing and management of buildings through joint ventures is something that they focus on primarily. In 2022, they earned over $36 million with a net income of $1 million. Their cash flow primarily comes from operations, and their cash flow for 2022 was a little over $19 million. Currently, their stock, which their ticker is FRPH, currently sells for $56.17, which is up around $16 from where it was in 2020 at the hit of COVID, where it was at $38 per share. They have $398 million in their stockholders' equity profile.
So the reason we chose FRP Holdings and the real estate industry is because of the state that it's in today. The real estate industry has arguably been the most affected by the COVID-19 crisis. This has made the industry and interest rates fluctuate heavily over the past 3 years, and the market has never shifted this much before. For a research project, a company that has joint ventures, asset management, and land development that has dominated the market is a great choice. There are so many threats that are facing them every day, and every single move they make is extremely important. Being a high roller in a competitive market has never been more interesting to research.
The real estate market today is a highly competitive market. With a high level of demand and limited supply, this leads to a rise in prices. The trend starts with low interest rates and a strong economy, which have led to an increased demand for housing. And this all kind of started with the COVID-19 pandemic. It made a significant impact on the market, with many people seeking larger homes. And the market's also facing struggles like rising construction costs and labor shortages, which eventually is going to limit new supply in the near future. It is a very competitive market with a lot of key players, and ever since COVID-19, it has kind of expanded more and more because of the high demand for it. The real estate industry is a large factor in the national economy. The market size was estimated at $222.3 billion at the beginning of 2023, and it's still growing right now. So with the rising population, urbanization, and economic growth, the industry is just starting to expand. So for FRP Holdings, they sit in the industrial segment of real estate, but also float into commercial with their asset management. Their joint ventures and land development are in their industrial sector, and the real estate market is very influenced by a lot of things. There's population growth, like I said before, interest rates, government policies, and environmental regulations that are changing every day, which is making the market shift as that shifts as well.
Overall, FRP Holdings is a company that is very strong in the real estate industry, primarily the commercial sector. They're one of the few real estate companies that bounced back very, very successfully from the COVID crisis, and that's from increasing their portfolio size and increasing their cash flows. Their stock price is higher than it was before COVID, and it's still growing. And of all the commercial real estate companies that are located within this country, they've succeeded on top.